Wall Street specializes in finding ways to profit from new regulations, but a different kind of greedy individual can profit from the new FinReg law. You can find out about it at the premiere of Fox's Wall Street sequel.
To report whistleblower violation of securities laws to SEC and be awarded up to 30% of total recovery. The Meissner firm has successfully represented many employees in whistleblower actions.
Well, that's the gist of it. Get rich by snitching. It's the brainchild of Stuart Meissner. He's a securities lawyer with years of experience with the New York Attorney General's office. He worked with Bob Morgenthau as well, our local attorney here, who is one of the best in the business. But a lot of people, this strikes as, geez, snitching. It's just, it kind of rubs people the wrong way. Kind of lawyers looking, sort of a little bit of ambulance chasing going on. How do you defend this?
Well, snitch is a derogatory term, but if you look it up, it just means informer. And prosecutors have used informers for eternity, since Eliot Ness. So, but this is basically turning capitalism in its best form to assist Wall Street. And what's the best way to assist Wall Street is by giving financial incentives to the good guys to come forward and give information that would prevent the next Madoffs.
Now let's just be specific about what this stems from. The financial reg law has within it, I guess it was passed in July, right?
That's correct.
Has within it a provision that you can get, if you are a whistleblower and you find out some dirty business is going on in your financial firm, you report it to the SEC. If the prosecution is successful and the company has to pay a fine, you get up to 30% of that fine.
That's correct. And by the way, it's not limited to employees. It could be business associates, it could be ex-wives, it could be anyone. So
now, in the case of Goldman Sachs, that would amount to over $100 million.
over 160 million.
Now, nothing like that has happened as of yet, though, right? Because it's still a new law. They're still kind of testing the territory.
Yeah, actually, I'm meeting tomorrow with the agenda right here with the senior advisor, the chairman of SEC, to assist in the implementation of rules for that statute, which they are putting into effect over the next couple of months.
And we should mention you have already filed 4 of these claims, right?
Actually, now 5.
Now 5 of these claims. And these are individuals within the company that say they've spotted some dirty business?
Both former employees, business associates, and we have several that we're looking into right now that are even including an ex-wife.
Now, frivolous claims. This is what worries a lot of people. There are a lot of frivolous lawsuits that are around in the court, and there may be a lot of people looking to get rich who make things up, try to plant evidence, that sort of thing. That has been known to happen in the case of bounty hunters and such. Is that a danger here?
Well, I know I can only talk about my practice. We carefully screen each case. We don't take on every case that comes into the door, both to maintain my credibility with the SEC, and it doesn't serve anyone's purpose to bring frivolous claims that aren't going to go anywhere. It's waste my time.
It doesn't, but I tell you, if $100 million is hanging out there, that's a big incentive.
Well, that's true, but the SEC is not going to pursue a case unless it's real, and it doesn't just start with this starting point.
They've missed a lot of cases that are real.
That's correct, and this is all dependent on whether the SEC actually follows up on the submissions, and we'll wait to see whether that happens.
How are they investigating? How do they take the information you get and apply it to the situation?
Well, I can tell you, so far, 2 of our matters that we filed, one has been followed up by the FBI and the U.S. Attorney's Office, and the other has been followed up by FINRA Enforcement, which is the SRO, the self-regulatory organization of the securities industry that refers matters to the SEC. So we've already seen reaction, and presumably they will take that further, and we hope to see reaction to the other ones as well. The ones that I've seen and the ones that I filed are significant and have major ramifications to the industry.
And I got to ask, what is your cut?
Well, generally we do these on a contingency fee basis, and it varies. It depends on.
Well, let's say somebody hits a jackpot, gets $100 million. What would you take out of $100 million?
Well, it depends on the case, because every case has different different amount of work involved, and what we'd expect going forward as far as assisting with the SEC or being involved.
Like 10 to 20%, 20 to 30%?
I'd say 20 to 30%.
20 to 30%
of what the whistleblower.
And your job, once again, is first of all vetting the claim. looking at the evidence that the individual has, making sure that they're not just trying to plant evidence in order to make a quick collection, and then presenting that whole package to the SEC and following through with the SEC.
Yeah, and the law, the whistleblower law makes the provisions to allow for anonymous claims. And in order to do that, you have to go through an attorney, and the attorney is the mouthpiece. So in theory, if we're filing an anonymous claim, which all but one so far has been, we would have to be the mouthpiece going forward with the SECs. So,
well, incentives work. There's no question incentives work, and if this works, it's great. It does still concern me a little bit that somebody might slip through, as good as you are as a former prosecutor and everything, that somebody might slip through with some planting evidence. But we'll see how it checks out. Come back and see us once you get these things. By the way, any names as of yet, or are you still waiting until
any names
of companies that are being looked at?
Yes, we've one, like I said, is not an anonymous claim. It involves Wells Fargo. Another one is Bank of America Investments. And there are other major names as well as that.
Stuart Meisner, best of luck to you. Thank you for coming in.